All right, everybody, welcome on in. Matt, Ferox, Super Pack, Knight to Shadow, Matt again, Shock, welcome in. And yeah, we're about to get started with the Zone Battle Community Showcase, where players in the Enhanced Community Discord can match up with each other. We try to match players with players of similar skill levels, so if you are looking to play, if you're brand new to the game, do not be shy. Join the Enhanced Discord at discord.gg/enhance, and we'll find you an opponent. But yeah, we're going to be starting off with Jabberbox versus Pilzkopf. I don't know if I said that right, but they are on the way. Looks like Pilzkopf is already in here. And how's everyone doing? It is Friday night here in the US, Saturday morning, maybe for some of you, or in the middle of the night if you are in Europe. But yeah, I'm Austin from Team Enhance, and we have some zone battle to play, so let's do it. I'm excited to watch some matches. I feel like the last few community showcases we've had some pretty good matches, and as long as the matches are close, I don't care what skill level you are, it'll be a lot of fun to watch. So stick around, hang out, play some Tetris alongside us. If you're new to the game, ask some questions about it. Don't be shy. We all love Tetris here and are happy to talk about it. But yeah, we're about to get started here. Jabberbox is nowhere to be seen. If you are listening, Jabberbox, make your way to the lobby. What's up, Steel Sword? Ready to get your butt kicked? Steel Sword is new to our community showcases. I believe you played in our classic, or I know you played in our connected showcase, right? Will Enhance ever? We do have a Blue Sky account, actually. You should follow us there. That is kind of a new thing for us. We're posting more regularly there, and of course, we're gonna link it a little bit more once we are, I guess, not so much used to it, but as it's becoming part of our repertoire. If you guys are on Blue Sky, yeah, be sure to follow us. Actually, I'll drop the Blue Sky link here in the chat, as we are fairly new on the platform. I personally am very new to the platform, but it also doesn't feel new because it's just like what Twitter used to be. So, but it should be an Enhance dash XP. Here, I'll share it in the I'll share it in both chats if you are interested. If you're into the Blue Sky, there's a big gaming community already on Blue Sky, so yeah, be sure to follow us there. You know what? I need to add a Nightbot command for that. That's a good idea. Anyways, yeah, I don't know if Jabberbox okay, they're on their way. Nice. While Jabberbox is on the way, what's everyone playing this weekend? What are you gamers up to? I beat Doom Eternal last weekend, so I'm in between games. I kind of don't want to pick up a new game right now because I just want to, I don't know. I get hooked, but I'm looking for a new game if anyone has any suggestions. Maybe a puzzle game. Yeah, what's everyone playing? I was gonna play the Stanley Parable on PlayStation. That might be my next game. EnhanceExperience.com. Oh, instead of Enhanced EXP. Okay, so tonight we're just going to do first to twos, and then if it's short, we'll do an extended set per usual. I do that because a first to two zone battle can be like, it can be 20 minutes or it can be 5 minutes. So we'll just kind of play it by ear and make sure everyone gets roughly 5 to 10 minutes of gameplay in. Welcome in Commodore Friday. I'm about to sneeze and mute. Hope you're doing. Ooh, that was loud. That was a bomb. All right. So Jabberbox and Pilzkopf, I see you are both here. When you two are ready, I'm ready. Good luck, have fun. If you are listening and lurking. Welcome in, Mr. FAQ. Hope you're doing well. All right, let's do this. Jabberbox on the left, Pilzkopf on the right. Am I saying that right? I'll need to get confirmation from Pilzkopf. Okay. Ooh, we got a little line spin. Oh, we need to do the other rotation. So, line spin trickery in play here on Jabberbox to start things off. Yeah, there are some spins that you are certainly going to have to know both your counter and counterclockwise and clockwise rotations to determine some of the spins to work properly because of how the animation or the possible placements of a piece post rotation. It's called the super rotation system, if you're a little familiar with that, to properly hit a lot of these spins in Tetris Effect Connected. But, so yeah, a little bit of an error there for Jabberbox to start, but we'll see. Maybe we'll have a 10-minute match now. Jabberbox is pretty quick. Stacking this 09 well, meaning that their O, or their 0, is where the open well is, or it's the number of the column. So 09. And Pilzkopf also rocking that 09, kind of doing a little bit of power stacking into a combo there. And that's going to be a quick one, but you two definitely should play again. I think this is a close matchup, just a few errors from Jabberbox. Run it back, Jabberbox. You got this. And up next, I believe... Who is up next? Will be Shock versus Coffee and Tetris. Be on standby. Oh, you're playing in the cold. That's that can be rough. Oh, welcome in, K Danny. How are you doing, K Danny? Who I believe is from the UK, right? I think K Danny might have made it to some of those UK lands, the Puzzle Kingdom lands, which is cool. And a TECWC regular. So now Jabberbox in a pretty good position, sitting on that max zone, maybe trying to apply pressure before going into the zone here, which is a good gameplay sense. It's either that or you just get more ahead, right? You can either try to go for the kill or work on your, I like to call it macro play. That comes from like playing a lot of strategy games, but utilizing that zone macro rather than trying to go all in the moment. But there's a lot of times where you just have to assess the situation, and it depends on your playstyle too. But yeah, going all in can be a good way to approach it depending on the situation. If you are a little bit worried about maybe you aren't that confident in your zone play, or you're playing a very strong opponent, maybe you find them to be a little higher level than you, you're like, okay, I better go all in just because their macro play is so much better than me, and they'll just get caught up if I don't end it now, right? So those are some factors that you may want to weigh when deciding when to zone or not. If I am playing against OSW, Jaden, Wumbo, and I see them make a mistake and I'm full zone meter, you know very well that I will be trying to end the game right there. Okay. So Jabberbox needs to make their way to the right, and getting a little high here. Decides to pop the zone up high. That should give him a little bit of wiggle room here, but an unfortunate misplacement. Oh, let's see if they can survive. It was actually pretty close. All right, we're going to tie up for game number 3. Or I guess technically game number 5 coming up. Oh, by playing cold, you haven't warmed up yet. I see. You know, some of my best games are from that. It's either that or they're my worst games. I think to play safe, it's probably best to warm up and get acquainted, find your focus. Sometimes if I'm like warming up too much though, I get like, how do I put it? I overthink things and then I play worse because of it. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Does anyone prefer not to warm up or prefer to do a lot of warm up? I think it's good to warm up like some time, maybe 30 minutes before you match, and then you take a break. Maybe that is kind of my best approach, actually. But everyone is different. Everyone has a different noggin under their skull and approaches the game in a different way. Welcome in, Seus. Hope you're doing well. Are you? I believe you did sign up for tonight, right? Let's see. Seus will be playing. Tago. Okay. Hey, you never know. Pretty close in rating. Jabberbox has kind of some messy board going on here for phase 2. There's potential for a good downstack combo. A nice start, breaking 2 of the rows there. Good foresight not to use that long bar there and create more verticality. Unfortunately misses the well there, but Pilzkopf doesn't have an attack to apply pressure right away, so Jabberbox has a little bit of breathing room, much needed breathing room, and finds a decent downstack here. Both players on max zone, kind of in a similar board state. I think Pilzkopf has a little bit healthier of a board state, but Jabberbox finding some APM in that T-spin, whereas Pilzkopf is kind of keeping it low, prioritizing downstacking and safety rather than creating attacks. So Jabberbox able to create some rebuttal. Oh no, and a misdrop or something happened there. I missed it, whatever the misdrop was, because they were not in danger. Maybe if you have one brutal misdrop and say you're trying to play quick and already have your next piece in mind, you can just double misdrop, right? Which may have happened there. But GG's, we'll call that there. I think both of you got a dub in, which is nice. So let's move on to the next one, because I know we have a lot of matches tonight. Pilzkopf, I don't think we've had played on our community showcase, so thanks for making it out. And yeah, Shock and Coffee and Tetris, aka Morg, make your way to the lobby. Should be, yes, Fairbot, beep boop, pinged you in our Discord. All right. K-Danny is nice and warmed up. Very good. Who are you playing, K-Danny? Wait, are you playing? Oh, you are playing. I see. Okay. Against Apmau. Less than 3 minutes to warm up. Yeah, I don't like to have a long warm up because then I don't know. I have a good like burst of usually a good burst of energy in my first few games or shortly after. Some of us on the West Coast are still in the middle of the workday. Yeah. That's a good point. We could do a late night showcase one day. Although it's already, yeah, it's at the end of my workday. Same goes for like, I don't know who all here watches like American sports, but we'll have NBA games going on at like past midnight here, where it's nice. You get a prime time, so there's a give and take. Time zones in general make Tetris tournaments and community events always more complicated than necessary. We should all just be on the same time zone. Of course, everyone should adopt our time zone and build it around us, right? That makes sense. Make it easy for me. Just make your workday in the middle of the night if you're on the other side of the world. And yeah, we'll all be in sync. Oh, Super Bowl in a couple of days, yep. I'm in Canada sometimes, and then I'll... how about we all adopt Atlantic Standard Time? Or is it Atlantic Standard Time? AST. Not many... I don't think there's many countries on that time zone. Like part of Nova Scotia, part of Brazil, some of those like Caribbean islands. Because Newfoundland has a different time zone. They're ahead by 30 minutes. Commodore Friday, you playing tonight? Oh, you are? You're playing GrassPelt. Didn't you play GrassPelt last week? So you played GrassPelt on Classic. Now you're going to play GrassPelt in Zone Battle? Very nice. Got a rivalry brewing. Alright, so it looks like Shock and Morg. I think I combined their names for a second. That's your fusion name if you were in an anime. Alright. Shock on the left, and Morg, aka Coffee and Tetris, which is a moniker or a name I always enjoy, just because I love coffee and I love Tetris. Rocking the traditional block colors, which we talk about this a lot, but hey, I love to talk about it. Yeah, where you have your 7 colors, to each color showing a unique piece in Tetris, which helps me personally. Although I love the look of the monochrome colors, I'm just not as good with them. Unfortunately, some misdrops there from Morg. I thought Morg might have been setting up what's called a C-spin there, but a little too high to the top there to execute it. Welcome in, Pasta Lover. What's your favorite pasta? I want to learn more from Pasta Lover. Might have a lot of insight into the pasta historian of some kind. All right, Tetris for Shock. And yeah, Morg also rocking this 0-9 well. I feel like both these players, even when we watch them play Score Attack, like to play a little bit more straightforward in terms of Tetrising. Probably mix in some fanciness when it comes to down stacking and if there is a very obvious T-spin or something like that. But conservative play can work wonders if you are consistent. You can take out a fancy player any day of the week if they misdrop a lot, even though they're hitting T-spins. Especially with Zone Battle, because you get bonus lines from lines cleared. If you are competent at just Tetrises and downstacking, less so setting up attacks via T-spins. Yeah, consistent play, conservative play can work wonders as long as you can translate that into the zone as well and get those bonus lines. Custom Xbox controller, so I at least have that. What kind of Xbox controller? I still have a 360 controller I use a lot. I think it's becoming kind of outdated. Ooh, another top out there from Morg. I didn't see exactly what happened. You two are welcome to do another set. I think that first game was especially quick. If you were down. Running back coffee and Tetris, I believe. Oh, choosing exit. Okay, no problem. GG's. I asked Pasta Lover what their favorite pasta is. Coffee and Tetris. What's your favorite coffee beverage? Straight up black coffee? Are you more of a latte, matcha latte? What other coffee drinks are there? Espresso. What's your favorite caffeinated coffee-like beverage? Vietnamese coffee, or coffee? Favorite kind of coffee beans, regional at least. Oh, and maybe okay. Morg will play again. Shock if you're down. Americano. I go for Americano a lot. Yeah, it's simple. I like to keep it simple. Water and espresso. All right. Not into coffee, but Black Forest hot chocolate. I've had hot chocolate in a long time. I know some people swear by it, and we'll get it quite often. I can't remember the last time I've had hot chocolate. We got a little combo set up, kind of. Okay, Shock kind of turned it back into a T-spin into a Tetris. So doing a nice job with this 6-3 stack to build some extra efficiency here. Welcome in, Twizz. How are you doing? Alright, so 27 line attack from Morg. Can Shock create a rebuttal here? The thing about zoning first, for Morg at least, is that you'll kind of have the insurance of having that extra zone meter. Even if your attack doesn't hit quite as hard, you can usually get ahead on this macro play, and then look at that. This is actually perfect for Morg. Despite having the weaker zone, because they were able to charge up so quickly, due to executing it faster. Already hitting that max zone in phase 2. And in phase 2, charging zone is a little bit slower. The meter depletes faster. So if Moore can apply some pressure here, that'd be great. Unfortunately, Shock got some pretty reasonable garbage, considering. You can get messier garbage after 20,000 score is achieved by either player when you enter that phase 2 and hear the ding. So yeah, Morg up high here. Does find that much needed Tetris to block the attack from Shock. To block Shock. To block Shock's blocks. Mini 3 combo to try to downstack from Morg here and find that open Tetris well. Both players in a similar state, kind of playing a game of chicken up high here, and going for these Tetrises to block or pressure the opponent. Both players entering zone. I think Shock had a better board state for zone in terms of being able to clear more lines. Morg will exit first. We'll see if Morg can at least get a quarter zone. To try to rebuttal here. Does find a decent downstack, and they're not entering phase 3 quite yet. Ooh, unfortunately doesn't execute that quarter zone. And Shock will win game 1 here. Assault induced break from Tetris. If you're getting, if sodium levels are reaching an all-time high, definitely take a break. I've become numb to the salt at this point, Twizz. I've played competitive games for too long that I guess I've had like a salt rollover at some point where it's just like I'm in an all-time low now, just forever. I had a salt overflow, integer overflow, and it's just been bugged ever since. No more salt. Yes, sodium overdose. Shout out to Sodium Overdose, our block party classic score attack winner. One hell of a classic Tetris player. Also very great modern Tetris players. Yeah, I've known Sodium for a long time. Makes it out to some of the regional events near me. Ooh, and Shock's going to take game number 2 there. Close matchup. I like that you both have similar play styles. I think Shock just found a few more attack chains and put more gunner pressure there in those sets. But GG's. Thanks for playing, you two, per usual. And all right, up next is Commodore Friday and GrassPelt. Get on in here, Commodore. Oh, Classic Tetris is live? Is it a regional event? I know they have the Genesis next weekend, which, by the way, we're not going to have a community showcase next Friday because of the regional events. Because I'm going to one, so. Yeah, I know next Friday they have the San Jose event. If anyone is in the Bay Area, you should definitely check it out at the Genesis fighting game tournament. So it's mostly known for like Smash Brothers finals and stuff like that, but they have other games as well. And then in the Toronto area, there is Snow is Infinite, which is more like modern puzzle games. Anyone here in the chat going to either of those events? I went to Genesis last year. It was a lot of fun. I felt like a babysitter at some points, though, because the classic Tetris player base is so young now. Sharky versus Zero. Nice. Is that on friendlies or something else? Commodore. Oh wait, sorry. Did you two want custom settings? Up to you guys. Otherwise, I'm ready when you are. I just know GrassPelt loves to mix it up. All right, looks like they're both ready though. Oh, they're both playing with buff +1. Okay, so it's going to be a little more volatile. I feel like buff +1 on paper should help end games quicker. If someone misdrops, they're going to be under more pressure. We'll see what happens. So each player is going to be sending, each player will have higher attack power here. If anyone just hops in and sees that they have massive stats and like, well, wow, GrassPelt and Commodore Friday are really killing it here, don't tell them that buff +1 is on. Okay. Nice T-spins from Commodore Friday. Very good pressure. So yeah, I'm not really that familiar with Commodore Friday in terms of modern Tetris skill, but that was killer. A 1965 line attack. That was a huge combo. Oh, I forgot buff +1 is on. It's like breaking my brain. Okay, and a 60 attack from GrassPelt. Like, dang guys, you should be competing at the highest level here. What's going on? I opened up the match like, okay, yeah, we can joke about it. It's just I've watched and played so much Zone Battle that it's still, even in like 10 seconds, because of my memory and how I look at the game, it's just like, it threw me off. It's breaking my muscle memory to some extent, or how I view the game. All right. So I guess buff +1 has, like, think of it as your first Tetris already has the back-to-back bonuses. It seems to have that extra line clear. Yes, hard-coded. That's a good word for it, Matt. Yeah, a little bit of a tricky board here for Commodore Friday. Yep, I think Commodore found the nice skim there with the L piece, and able to find that open Tetris well. We'll see when they decide to zone here. Going to tank a little bit. Yeah, I cannot tank that following line. I guess with buff +1, it's going to be harder to tank lines because sometimes you'll get like just under 20 lines in that garbage queue. So you can see between the zone meter and the player's board is the garbage queue, and you can see the chunks separated by lines. And if you accept one of those chunks, it's going to go up that much further up your board, right? However, Commodore Friday's garbage queue was completely full there, or had one chunk that covered the entirety, at least 20 lines, so had to hit that zone and found a nice rebuttal. I feel like zoning first is going to be stronger in buff +1, just so you can get the extra zone bonuses. GG's. You two are welcome to play another. I feel like, yeah, I had a feeling these games would go a little faster. On deck will be Aken and Mindswept. Mindswept. All right. Back-to-back Tetris gets 6.5, rounds up to 7. Nice. I didn't pick up on that just yet. I was wondering about that, though. So thank you for pointing it out. Got a Teaspoon 000 from GrassPelt. Love to see it. Sounds like a soda name. All right, there we go. Teaspoon triple into a Tetris well on the left. Oh, you're not home yet, Mindswept? We can hold your match. Just let us know when you're home. If that's the case, we can do Seus and Tago next. Ooh. Commodore Friday on the board. 83-73. We're hitting that one, getting close to that one APP from both players. Truly efficient masterminds. Fortunately for GrassPelt, I did not see the, PC there, but very nice transition, actually, especially given that incoming garbage. So GrassPelt should know that the incoming garbage should be most likely in that lane now, so they can continue to stack around it. Because before 20,000 score, you are going to remain in Phase 1, and Phase 1 columns, in terms of incoming attacks, don't alter very often, so you can kind of play around that. With that being said, GrassPelt already had not the most fortunate Phase 1 in terms of garbage. It's like switched 3 or 4 times already. Looking for that teaspoon double into the single here. And it looks like they want to tank at least one chunk, one little baby chunk there. We have gone blue, thanks to GrassPelt using the customized colors. GrassPelt putting on a lot of pressure and takes the game, so we're going to head to a final match between Commodore Friday and GrassPelt here. And yeah, pretty similar numbers as Commodore Friday pointed out, so this is the Dream Buff +1 match. Oh no, yes, the dream match. I took a sip of my water and it was over. It was just, it was so close. But, all right, thank you two for playing. GG's. Commodore, you can throw down in Zone Battle. I don't know if I've watched you play much Zone Battle. If I have, it's been only a handful or 1 or 2 times. Okay, so up next, I believe is Seus and Tago make your way. Seus, I probably asked you this recently. How much? I know you play other fast Tetris games, right? I guess you probably played a fair amount of Zone Battle too. But and Tago has been on a tear recently, so we'll see if you can take out Tago. I think Tazago's ratings fluctuated a bit, so on the grind. But in time, Tago should continue to move up the ladder. Which they have already done. I believe in you. Tired Tetris could be hit or miss. It could be your best games or your worst. Commentator's curse. So yeah, Tago, if you are lurking, whenever you're ready. $10K someday. How close are you? You gotta be close. I feel like that's a really hard hump to get over, is that like 9K range. I feel that's got to be like the hardest hump to get over, because people over 10K can match with you easier, because there's fewer players up there, right? And yeah, it's definitely probably the hardest hump. Of course, until you get to the next tier, which is like trying to break into the whatever top 25 or whatever it may be, where you lose a lot of rating against most players and gain so little against most players. Yeah, getting stuck in 9K makes sense. I think a lot of players are stuck there for that reason. Is Tago here? I don't see Tago. Shoot Tago a DM or something. Otherwise, we'll have to move on into Apmau and K Danny if Tazago's not around. Or I'll play you for a quick set if you wanna, since you are here, Seus. Because I think I'm around your rating. Or Ferox if you want to hop in. Oh, I see Tago typing. Okay. So Tago will need 5 minutes. Oh, no, Rico can swap with Tago. Okay. That's a good point. Yeah, Mr. FAQ. Excuse me. Would you like to hop in for a game? For a set? Thanks for your patience, Seus. We'll get you a game. Then you can go to bed. And yeah, a reminder for those that weren't here at the top of the stream, no showcase next week. The following week, we are going to be doing a special invitational showcase with some known players in the community. And then following that, we'll be doing teams. So a few weeks out from our next showcase, or at least open showcase. EU-friendly showcase someday? We can maybe manage that. Could always do like a Saturday showcase, Saturday afternoon US. So like your evening. Mr. FQ, you want to play? I think Ferox pinged you. If so, just hop in the lobby. And then we'll get to Tago in after that. Oh, okay. Oh, good point, McCry. This is EU friendly when you cannot sleep. We're here for the EU players that can't sleep. We're here for you. All right. Mr. FAQ, aka Noriko, is on the way. And when you two are ready, I'm ready. Ooh, rocking the horse avatar. Let's go. Horse gang. The cavalry. Oh. I think my chat broke. Let me refresh that. There we go. All right, Seus on the left, Mr. FAQ rocking the colorblind blocks on the right. You too can use colorblind blocks. If you keep scrolling right when you are in the block customization options. Kind of a rough misdrop there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find some clever skims quickly. Can't talk tonight. Finds a nice S-spin to downstack there. Fortunately, Mr. FAQ should have time to build up at least a quarter zone here. See how clever they can be with accepting the incoming attack from Seus. Yeah, the longer Mr. FAQ can prolong entering the zone, the better, because you can get additional charge. However, decided to just send it, and barely missed that Tetris there. That was unfortunate. Fortunately, had some small chunks and should be good. So nice accepting so far from Mr. FAQ. And Seus just putting on that pressure with this 4-5 well. 4-5 is pretty good for freestyle stacking in terms of setting up T-spins. Just gotta kind of keep an eye on the height around your well. There's a lot of options for propping S's and Z pieces as well, as with any stack. But I generally think of 5-4 as like fairly pure when it comes to like freestyling. You would probably use a little more T pieces in your stack. Typically, it can be tricky to use less, but in a game like Zone Battle, where going for Tetrises helps to charge your zone faster anyways, it's okay to have a few less T-spins. So Seus putting on some pressure here. Mr. FAQ has the speed, which can be a huge plus for Zone Battle. Seus setting up this T-spin triple, double T-spin triple tower. Gonna put on some pressure. I think Mr. FAQ might be okay. It's going to be close. Yeah. Seus putting on a lot of T-spin pressure there. Very nice. Ooh, we got the DT cannon. Oh no, that's I can relate to that. Misdropped the needed one more rotation for that T-spin triple, or I guess the T-spin double. Either way, Mr. FQ just kind of speeding through it. It's the right call. Still has that max zone meter fairly quickly. Thoughts on Perfect Clear Opener? It's good to mix in every once in a while, especially in zone battle, because everyone sprints so quickly. The meta generally, unless you are super efficient, you can go for faster T-spin or Perfect Clear Openers, like our residing champion Siaka Gohan tends to do. But generally, yeah, the meta is to kind of sprint, get your zone into a good state before you start to build efficiency in the phase 2 of the game. And if you catch somebody slipping, trying to play a little too fast, stacking to the ceiling, and they make a little misdrop or something, you can get an easy win with PCO. Generally, it's not that great, but in the right hands, especially if you do one of the Perfect Clear loops or openers that utilize T-spins, which you can use to block or apply additional pressure. It's pretty good. What do you think about it? Tell me what you think. Do you like to use it in zone battle? And Seus looking pretty strong. You two are welcome to play another. I don't know. Was Mr. FAQ on the list already? Let's see. Those were fairly quick. We can get Mr. FAQ if you don't want to play again. You're welcome to. Okay. Chose to exit. We'll get Tago in here. Thanks for the games. Oh, dinner. Okay. You know what? When dinner is ready, I will drop Tetris as well. I am a fan. Do you guys like dinner? I think dinner is it's usually a pretty cool thing to eat food, whether it's alone and you're watching some Tetris or, with family and friends. Dinner's up there. It's a pretty cool activity. Tago is in here, and yeah, Seus, if you're down to play another, we're ready for you. Oh, you want to sleep? Okay. Do we have another Ferox? Do we have another matchup available for Seus? If not, yourself or myself can hop in. Or not for Seus. I'm sorry, for Tago. What's your rating, Pasta Lover? Tazago's a powerhouse. However, Pasta Lover, yeah, and to anybody lurking and new to our chat, head to discord.gg/enhance. And we generally host these on Fridays. The next two are, there's no community showcase next week, and the following is going to be a special showcase with some top players in the scene. But yeah, generally we host these every Friday, and players of all skill levels are welcome to play, so be sure to hop in and select that community event role. If you don't have it already, you could head to the Get Roles channel, channels and roles at the top. There's a lot of ways to acclimate yourself with the Discord. Hop on in here, Ferox. All right, Ferox versus Tago. This is a good matchup. feel like you two have probably played each other a lot. Have you had any recent tournament encounters? Yeah, good night, Seus. Thanks for playing tonight. I'm a little like congested right now. I feel like that's part of the reason I'm stumbling over my words a little bit, so apologies. But all right. Nice speedy start for Tago and Ferox. The way like Tago kind of soft drops a lot reminds me of like Kazu or somebody like that. Pretty clean zone so far from Tago. Ferox trying to get to that open well and kind of burst through it most likely. Sets up the T-spin single. Two back-to-back T-spin T-spin dingles. T-spin singles, excuse me. And into a Tetris. Okay. Nice attack chain there from Ferox. Putting on a little bit of pressure to Tago. Tago does have a break after that first Tetris and garbage. So can't get too greedy. Going to want to get rid of that break before hopping into some speed here. Sitting on the max zone, deciding when to pull the trigger. Hasn't quite yet. Probably out of respect, knowing each player knows the strength of each other, so they want to make the most out of this zone. Sometimes you can try to time your zone before going into phase 3, and that window has come and gone. A little bit of a mistake there from Tago on the prophecy, or trying to foreshadow that T-spin setup. And okay. Either way, Tago ideally wants to get another quarter zone at this point. Meanwhile, Ferox trying to get kind of a strong... Okay, 36 attack. Similar to what Tago had there. I think these players are skilled enough to know, to have the game sense to know when their opponent doesn't have a zone quite as strong as expected. That's a rough misdrop from Ferox. The Tetris and Tago will take game 1. Oh, welcome in, Andrew. How are you doing? Welcome in, Hebo Mai. Hebo, you'll have to play on one of these one day. I want to see Hebo versus Blink, like old days. Ohio gozaimasu, Hebo Mai. Alright, so... Ooh. So Ferox versus zone this time. If they have 17 line clear. Should be able to get a quarter zone at the least. Even if Tago hits big here. I think Ferox probably snipped it out a little bit. Wasn't too worried about it. Didn't like continue to clear singles for that quarter zone. For the emergency quarter zone. And all right, so mixing in T-spin triple there. This is close to... Yes, we got a Curvetris from Tago. Now, Ferox is no slouch when it comes to large zone line clears. Unfortunately, that is a difficult misdrop. I don't know if Ferox will have the amount of lines cleared here to deal with that Curvetris, and Tago should take it. That was really clean with the double long bar solve. GG's. I'd be okay if you two wanted to play another. We're doing pretty good on time. And this is a really good matchup. Bro, curb stomped. I never heard that term. I love the play on words there, the pun with curb stomp. Have I missed that? How have I not thought of that? Thank you, pasta lover. If I use it in a future broadcast, be sure to take credit. Oh, good try from Ferox to find the 20 solve. Oh, that was a cheeky Ultimatris from Tago using the L foresight. Or W foresight, but with the L piece. Oh, that is a... Oh, okay. I would not have set up that Imperial Cross. First off, if I say anything that sounds like total gibberish, feel free to ask chat to elaborate, like Imperial Cross or any setups, T-spin setups, etc. And oh, what is going on Ferox's board? That okay, I believe. Just get a 20 down stack easy. Here's the thing, never give up in Tetris, because literally sometimes you get the most lucky BS downstack combos. But that was, yeah, an unfortunate board state there for Ferox. But Tago putting up the numbers here. Oh, welcome in, got you sauce. Dormy video, got it. Dormy recently got 3rd place in our trifecta. Still got it. Not the best in any one mode, but Dormy is one of the best overall, like, well-rounded players in the Tetris community still. Yeah, I need some spin science for that one, Ferox. So that's a decent board parity here. Gonna have to take some concessions to continue to downstack. Nice downstack so far. Found the quarter zone if needed. Okay, I'm just gonna send it with that quarter zone and try to get back into that clean column 4 for that Tetris. And there we go. Meanwhile, Tago with a clean 5-4, setting up fractals. Fractals are like that, yeah, when you see a T-spin stacked on top of each other. And it's pretty easy to set up fractals on 5-4 stacking. Definitely something you want to watch for if you like stacking that way. Only a 19, but a pretty powerful 19 at that with a 57 attack send. Ferox definitely knows how to find that efficiency. Okay, gets a 1947 and cancels out that pressure from Tago. Only has a... Yeah, Tago with a very minimal macro lead at this point. So anybody's game. I think Tago got a little greedy with some of those setups. And if you misdrop with like creative setups like Tago is going for there, or are starting to feel the pressure without getting the T-spins in time, it can spell disaster. If almost like a spire in the middle in classic Tetris is like when you spiral out of control, trying to kind of not necessarily force T-spins, but yeah, go pretty much, simply put, a little bit greedy there for Tago, but. Alright, so Ferox getting into the swing of things. Nice speed with this 9-0 stack. Both players so patient to trigger that first zone. Nice donation with that square piece on the right side on Ferox's board. Yeah, neither player hitting that phase 1 zone. I guess both players like to. A lot of players do like to zone second. Generally, I prefer macro play as I'm less efficient than other players, so I'm going to usually zone first and try to take advantage of the bonus lines. But if you are confident in your efficiency, generally you might not want to zone first just because you can not receive any pressure from the opponent during that time and stack up, say, multiple T-spins, etc., and then tank a little bit from that first zone and utilize that within your zone attack. And neither player is zoning, so we're just in battle. This is battle mode. No zone here. Ooh! I don't know if they're memeing at this point or this is just their actual strategy. Oh, okay, Tago had to zone here. And you know what? Ferox maybe trying to pounce here, knowing they put on some pressure against Tago. Just zoned right away. And I think it's going to work. Yeah, big attack here. Tago does have a half zone and had a pretty clean board. Should be able to neutralize this. Either way, that was ideal aggression from Ferox following Tago's zoning, and has a very minimal macro lead when it comes to zone charge. Decides to use it right away with that Tetris. You can definitely catch people off guard with the quarter zone if you have the bandwidth to clear X amount of lines in that short of a period of time, or have a combo setup, something like that. Leo Village, is that you? That's funny. Andrew, I feel like one or two people understand what you mean by that. That's a throwback. Maybe Leo Village was Yake Gohan before the cross-platform update. Have we thought about that? I love to make conspiracy theories about who players are. When there's a new player on the scene with like a username you're not familiar with and they're super good, trying to predict who they are and guesstimate. It's always a treat. Which we did with Siaka Gohan before we knew that Siaka Gohan is just a young junior high school student. Ooh, some pressure on Ferox's side. Decides to hit the zone. Did have some T-spin efficiency in there. Only a 12 attack zone. Forcing Tago's hand, but I think Tago's hand is a little bit stronger right now. There might be enough for a No, not quite for a cortisone. Very close, though. And GG's. Yeah, close stats there. Thank you for hopping in, Ferox, our Community Showcase Arbiter. Up next, we will have K. Danny and Apmau, I believe. Yeah, GG indeed. So sorry, Ferox, I didn't read your DM yet. I should show you my angle on my third monitor here because I'm in a loft. Like the very top left corner of the monitor is cut out, so I don't always see DMs when I have Discord on this monitor. Probably should move it to the other one. Yes, it is your turn, Apmau. You seem to clean it up a little bit in the second set. You definitely had a lot of misdrops in the first set, if it was from the bot. Also, Mineswept and Aken are ready. We'll do this K. Danny match first, since K. Danny's in here. Ultra wide. I wonder, you know what, with this setup here, ultra wide kind of makes sense. Maybe I'm just an old person at this point, but I kind of like my flat monitor. I've gamed on flat monitors my whole life. I don't know if I'm ready for change. But maybe I need to be indoctrinated or try it out before I'm just scared, light rod. It probably would, like, I feel like technically ultra wides should help for some games, because I play a lot of like first person shooter competitive games, and with that in mind, I feel like it should help your field of view a little bit. It's funny when people with ultra wide monitors post like highlight clips of their games to socials or whatever, and you just see their enormous field of view. Ultra wide Tetris, yeah, that actually sounds really cool. Just the added effects, and your board can still be central. Full HD VGA Tetris, baby. Fourth monitor. The only time I've ever four seems too much. I have had to use 4 monitors for a few setups, but not very often. When I was hosting like the classic Tetris World Championships during COVID, I had 4 monitors just because of how it was set up. Oh, they're hopping in. Ah. All right, Apmau, we're going with that, versus K. Danny. I'm not familiar with Apmau, so let's see if we can get a forecast onto exactly what weather we should expect from this player in terms of Tetris stacking. How'd I do there with the use of the word forecast? And K. Danny, I know, is a pretty speedy player. But it's been a while since I last watched K. Danny play, so if they made improvements in the efficiency section and consistency, can throw down. And look at this, we're seeing it. Look at that. That's a fat Very quick 20 from K Danny. Yeah, not like super efficient, but very speedy. Meanwhile, Apmau sitting on that max zone. When is it going to be triggered here? K Danny being the first to zone. I think if you do lean into speed, like K Danny is doing so far, going for the early zones makes sense. As if you're more Tetris heavy, you are going to be charging zone faster than somebody that soft drops more often and goes for T-spin doubles and introduces more line clear delay. That being said, ooh, we were very close to a curb tris there. If the P sequence was slightly in a different order there. K Danny forces zone with some misdrops up high here. Has this open Tetris well, but needs to gain access to it. Use a long bar. Okay, I like that. Followed up with a double to down stack and play safe. Survive for a little bit longer there. Access that Tetris well. And yeah, K Danny prioritizing down stacking. Not too much going for Tetrises or T-spins, which can work. But sometimes you can get, if you down stack a little too much, you can get stuck into a situation where if your opponent can out pressure or send more lines, then you can down stack through. It's going to be hard to deal with. But yeah, very close stats. K Danny was maximizing speed, so we'll see if that comes into play. Especially if K Danny can force more zone meter onto Apmau. I feel like that's a ticket for K Danny to pressure in this situation. All right. Ooh. I think that was meant for the T piece on K Danny's side, unfortunately. But should be able to access this. Had to use a long bar a few times, so yes. Nice disciplined use of the zone there. Not going to be a big attack from K Danny, but should still allow K Danny to get back into charging this next zone. And luckily for K Danny, Apmau ended a little early on their end as well. So look at that. Mixing in quarter zone play there, which is cool. 27, very fast zone from K Danny. And Apmau didn't have that much time to charge yet, so very good pressure from K Danny. I like to see that kind of macro play. To make up for the, going for less T-spins and stuff like that. And it looks like K Danny can, but just maximizing speed, which is cool to see different play styles when it comes to that kind of stuff. Gonna play some Ultra Gravity, speed level 25 to 29 for zone battle. You can propose it to Aken. I don't know if Aken's down for that. You two are on deck, Aken and Mindswept, when you're ready. Is Aken still around? Oh, I see Aken is. Okay. So K Danny putting on the pressure here, trying to get on the board. Has quite the score lead now, so yeah, definitely putting pressure on Apmau. Apmau handled that pretty well. Just K Danny still has a pretty good lead in terms of board health and zone meter, so Apmau has their work cut out for him. Good down stacking so far. Nice use of that double. Meanwhile, Danny trying to apply pressure, just throwing in Tetrises. Already has that max zone meter. Might execute it soon. There we go. So entering the zone for Danny. This should allow Apmau a little bit of breathing room to either A, get some extra zone charge, and or B, get the board down to a state where they can make the most of their zone attack. But weren't able to get the board down too much, and yeah, only had that half zone, so good macro play from Danny that round with the zone play. Oh, Aken is down, so we can do some Ultra Gravity if you two are. Our game. I feel like 25 would be better than 29 personally. Or something like 26. Depends on how competent you each are on whatever levels. Oh, chosen! A flagpole set up there for Apmau, unfortunately. Dang. That was a pretty good set, though. Close matchup in different playstyles, so GG's. We'll end it there just because we do have some other matches we want to finish up. Nicely played. And Apmau, I believe, that's your first community showcase, so thank you for playing tonight for sure. Pure Pretzel saying, can't do fast Tetris at all. Not for everybody. We have a lot of fast players in our community. But, yeah, if anyone, don't be shy. This is for all skill levels. We usually start with the newer players and then hop into these fast matches later in the stream. But yeah, anyone's welcome to play. We are going to be ending this soon, but be sure to head to the Discord at discord.gg/enhance, and we'll match you with a player of a similar skill level. It doesn't need to be fast Tetris. We can just chill and hang out. But yeah, good game. So much fun, says Apmau. So Aken and Mineswept. What level would you guys like to play? 25? Okay. So we're going to be doing a mix on zone battle here. High gravity zone battle. Which is fun to watch. A nice thing about it is that zone sets your gravity to 0, so you can play around it that way. And also, what's the other? I know there's another caveat. I guess your T-spins can be faster. You kind of remove soft drop speed. I feel like there's something else. We'll talk about it during the game. But we're going to set the constant speed level to 25. If you guys ever want to try high speed zone battle, it's a treat. So you can find somebody on our Discord to play with. And yeah, when you two are ready, I'm ready. Oh, Danny, speaking as someone that kind of has a similar playstyle, I kind of force speed less and am less focused on efficiency. You can definitely lean into that too, right? Like taking advantage of utilizing zone the way you were. I think that's great. Of course, efficiency cannot hurt. So yeah, if you want to work on your efficiency, but I think you should be happy with the high speed gameplay you were approaching as well. Like another way you could approach it is like getting more consistent. If you could always get a 20 or a 21, that would also help you utilize that speed, right? Because you'll be getting extra line bonuses more quickly that way. A different kind of efficiency, zone efficiency rather. Okay. So yeah, here's some high gravity zone battle. Definitely a different approach. Sometimes these games can go longer just because you'll be sending less attacks to your opponent. So we'll see how this plays out. I think we had a very long... Who was playing that game? It was Tago and somebody else. We had a very long high gravity game the other time we did this. Tago and Knighting, that's right. That was a good match. Ooh, Aken found the PC. It's gonna be pretty helpful because, yeah, I think Aken will be under pressure as we see. So the PC coming in clutch there, but hey, this is a nice response from Aken with this really fast follow-up zone. And yeah, Mineswept not in the best position to deal with this. We'll see if there's an answer here. Not getting the needed quarter zone. So nice rebuttal there from Aken for sure. Similar stats. Pretty volatile back and forth on their zone attacks. Aken with some misdrops out of the gate, but nice follow-up down stack. Going to use that zone to help mitigate, help deal with these misdrops. But Mineswept didn't really drop a beat there. Kept up the pressure. I'm going to take a quick game 2. Mineswept just going for a 9-0 well with high gravity zone battle. I'm totally with that. You can kind of focus on down stacking and finding efficiency that way and playing around your open wells. Oh no, a top out there from Aken. You two are welcome to do another set if you would like. What other matches do we have tonight? So we're gonna have oh, this is our last match, is it? I think this might be our last match. Okay, yeah, you guys are welcome to do one more. Or no, I'm sorry, we still have we have Night Shadow versus Cool Matt and Noriko versus Knighting. I'm sorry. Okay, I was on the wrong message. I was looking at played matches. Okay, they want to do a normal gravity match. Fine by me. And then on deck, we're going to have Night Shadow versus Cool Matt. And Norvigo versus Knighting. Yeah, Pasta Lover, just make sure, because we do all the matchmaking in the Discord, just make sure you're in the thread, and we'll get you in, if not tonight, in the future. If you are in the Discord, just head to... I should say the event is happening now. If you click on the event details at the top of the Discord, it will provide you a link to the matchmaking thread, and we'll get you set up. Oh, you're Ducklett. Oh, you didn't get a match? Did you, Oh, I see, okay. Oh, Steel Sword didn't get a match either. Steel Sword still around? We could always do like a Give Steel Sword a buff, or Pasta Lever can play either Night Shadow or Cool Mat. Yeah, not too many players around your... I guess Shocker, Coffee, and Tetris would be around your skill level if you wanted to play one of them. If Shock or Coffee and Tetris want to play another match, just drop a message in the Discord. Maybe we can throw that in here so Ducklett can play. Okay. Sorry, I was not watching. So Aken executing a full zone here. Most of it seems to be down stacking, which is totally fine. It's a good way to make quick work of that garbage. When you remove the line clear delay that typically comes with, which comes outside of zone. I think Mineswept might have a little more attack power included in this zone. Unfortunately, that misdrop might be a saving grace for Aken here a little bit, or allow Mineswept to accept some attacks here from Aken. So we have entered phase 3. Mineswept barely hanging in there. Finds a very nice spin though. Stay alive. Aken close to a perfect clear in phase 3, which would have been devastating. Yeah, Mineswept on the edge of defeat here. Does top out. Aken takes game numero uno. Interesting solve there for Mineswept, given the board state. It did work out in the end. Setting up a T-spin over this clean golden Tetris well, and setting up a super T-spin over the well. Very nice. Some nice finds. Aken focused on speed here with that 6-3. It's going to pay off. It seems like Aken might be able to take advantage of getting zone going into phase 2 here, charging up the zone meter further while Mineswept just now enters zone. Mineswept is mixing in some efficiency though. That is a rough square misdrop, but I think we'll be okay. Actually, we'll see. I'll hold my breath here because yeah, a few misdrops adding up. And Aken doing a good job. Got right back into that 6-3 and is going to knock out Mineswept. So good games, you two. That's one set each, right? I think Mineswept took the gravity game. So well played. So Night Shadow and Cool Mat up next. If you two are ready. And okay. I'm gonna try using the spot. work? Uh-oh. I'm not very good at using the bot. I'm fair bot illiterate. Either way, our players are in here. All right, so we got Night Shadow and Matt. Good luck, have fun. Matt with this open Tetris well on the left with a few extra lines to boot. And Night Shadow kind of down stacking. I'm going to play around these open wells that are being sent over from Matt. I love the reflection on the golden garbage blocks from player 2 if you're using the customized colors. So pretty even so far. Matt has a really nice board state. Yeah, I think that is a good call to enter the zone with the back-to-back Tetris there. Ends it early, and that's totally fine, given you already kind of mustered out that efficiency. It will allow you to at least make sure that you get a quarter zone and have some kind of rebuttal here against Night Shadow, who's kind of thrown down in the zone. Matt setting up for a combo, going combo mode. Very nice. So putting on some pressure on Night Shadow, who... Oh, didn't use the quarter zone there. I don't know if they knew they had it yet. But yeah, that combo follow-up applied a lot of pressure, maybe caught Night Shadow off guard there. Yes, Alexei Pajitnov invented the misdrop. I guess that is technically the truth. Either that or whoever was testing the game in its original concept. I wonder who was the first player to make a mistake on Tetris. I would assume it would be Alexei, the first player to ever misdrop. Have you all seen the Tetris movie? I like the Tetris movie, not gonna lie. It's so over the top. Like, obviously, yes, it is quite cheesy at some parts, but I mean, I think they know that. Kind of lean into it. There's like, there's a literal chase scene, which I don't think happened in IRL, with like a helicopter in a car or some wacky thing. Not to spoil, but just saying it's a fun movie to watch. But at the same time, it's still nuggets of truth in terms of what exactly happened with the Tetris IP, which is cool. Yeah, I would recommend it. I saw the premiere at the South by Southwest festival in Austin, Texas. I don't know if Andrew is still here in the chat, but Andrew was there. Got invited from head honcho TTC. All right, Matt on the board again. It's going to take game numero dos. I think we will call it there just because we are nearing the end of the stream here. But good games from you two. Pretty even Stevens. Matt doing a good job of applying pressure, following some of those zones. If you love Tetris, you'll probably enjoy the movie. I agree with that. All right, so Noriko and Knighting, if you're still around. I don't know if Noriko is eating dinner. Is Knighting even in this thread? Am I crazy? Oh, no, he's in here. Okay. Super Hackerman Knighting found their way. Let's see if Noriko's still available. Otherwise, I could play Knighting, or if anybody else around that range is still hanging out, whether it's Tago or Ferox. Anyone at the 12.5 to 13.5 range wants to play Knighting. You want me to? Okay. I could play. I was hoping to find another match for Ducklett, aka Pasta Lover. If anyone is around the 6K rating looking for a game, we would love to have you, because I know they've been around for the majority of the stream tonight. So yeah, if you're on a 6,000 rating and looking to play a match before we sign off here, ping me on Discord or... Oh, Twizz, we can get... Twizz, we can do that. So Twizz and Pasta Lover, if you two want to play, that'll be our final match of the night. I'll put my cam on for this one, as it is authentic. It is me next to the board. Oh, actually it covers zone. Let me, yeah, starting out, I just generally like to sprint. Kind of like what K-Danny does. I'm just trying to charge up my zone meter. Of course, I'll mix in efficiency if it makes sense. Like even there, I can apply a little bit of pressure, kind of keep Knighting honest with that T-spin. Or if it's just like super easy to set up, I'll just kind of throw it in. Or a blatant T-spin setup, however you want to put it. I like to get kind of zone right away. I know we have been having people do their games of chicken regarding who's going to zone first, but I like the security of zoning first. Oh, I messed up. I was looking for a curb tris. Oh, nice zone from Knighting. So I can afford to tank a little bit because I'm at the bottom of my board. I'm going to stack up. Kind of playing greedy here, but it should be fine. Oh, a little questionable. Drop. Oof. Got destroyed. Only talking about one side. Twizz is... I'll help get Twizz in here. Don't worry about it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no! Alright, we'll do one more. That was too short. My pride is destroyed. Is this how you guys feel? And yeah, we'll get oh, Twizz is in here. Okay, Twizz is already in here. Oh boy. My brain's fried. Don't. Safety zone here. I feel like there's got to be something here. No? 20 at least. All right, we're on the board. No sweep tonight. Oops. A little greedy. Tell I'm dialing in a little bit because I'm yapping less. But I'm here to yap, so it is what it is. No. Uh-oh. All right, we got one. Tit for tat, Night Ink. We just shake hands. We don't need to. We don't need to determine a winner. Let's just have a treaty, call it there. Decide our borders. Horse Nation and Spiderville. Send me the docs. I'll docu-sign it. Make sure we're at peace. Okay, so final match of the night will be Twizz and Ducklett. Make your way to the lobby. All right, Ducklett's already here. Twizz, you have the room. The room code should be in the pinned message. Yes, GG's. All right, Twizz and Ducklett. Twizz is certainly a regular. Ducklett, I don't know if you've played on our stream yet. Have you? Might be your first time. Correct me if I'm wrong. AKA Pasta Lover in our chat. Okay, yeah, your first time. So, end it with a first time community showcase player. Let's do this. Good luck, have fun. We have Twizz on the left, Ducklett on the right. Bull versus Manta Ray. Or Taurus versus Manta Ray. I feel like I don't see the Taurus avatar too often in zone battle, at least used in zone battle. I might see it more in like connected versus, but is there any players that are like known for the Taurus avatar? Sometimes you can like call out players that you see a lot. I can't think of any that use Taurus. So I guess Twizz is now who I identify as our local Taurus avatar user. Because it looks pretty cool. Alright, so Twizz kind of forced a zone out of Ducklett. Force, I don't know if force is the right word. Ducklett may not have wanted to just yet, but Ducklett still has a really clean board with a lot of ammunition to charge up zone quickly here, so definitely should be okay. Maybe a little bit of lag here with this long bar. We might see some time travel from Ducklett in a moment. Oh, they were tanking. Okay. Yeah, generally I'd recommend trying to get some zone meter there. It's okay though. That is a good approach though. Just trying to block attacks, if that was the intention. Yeah, when it comes to zone battle, definitely want to stall through the zone meter. I get the approach, though, because especially if you come from other Tetris games, it might be ingrained in your mind, like, I'm going to block this incoming attack. Especially games like Puyo Puyo Tetris, that was like, yeah, that's kind of how you want to do it. Ooh, roughness drop on the long bar, but again, I don't think, oh, that was more pressure than I realized. But yeah, you two are welcome to do one more set. I think it's pretty even. I can tell it's an even matchup. There's some rough misdrops from Ducklett there. You're okay. We're just vibing. Oh, DT setup from Twizz. Ducklett almost had the PCO there. But generally, if you do a PCO and it doesn't work, you should have a board that isn't too hard to work through. Although Ducklett did run into a misdrop. Doing a good job so far working through that. Wants to find that ammunition in that column 7 coming up. Oh, decides to half zone. Love to see it. Moving pretty quickly through it, too. I only play Tetris Effect, so I'm wired to effect strats. Yeah. I know what you mean. Especially because, like, on Tetris Effect, it's, like, wise to open with just playing fast, getting Tetrises, which doesn't really translate to other games. Like in Puyo Puyo Tetris, it's good to have an opener, a way you want to approach it. Whereas I like to just get right into it, like just kind of start stacking like a mid-game stacking style, which isn't really advised in a game like that. I think the thing I'm most wired to on Tetris Effect is the control. I love the control in Tetris Effect. That's kind of how I fell in love with the game. It just feels so snappy. It feels right to me. Any of you come from games before Tetris Effect, and did it take some getting used to when it came to like zone meter, or like I mentioned, even just control? Oh, Ducklett under pressure here. Not the best board state. Gonna take a stab at using this quarter zone. And I think that might be it. Yeah, not able to get another quarter zone. A little too messy there for Ducklett. But either way, good games. That was actually a really good round out of Twizz with that 76-41. Twizz, I feel like that's pretty good stats for you. All right. Next game. For some reason, I thought that was the end of the set. Okay. Because it is our second set. That's right. Twizz with the classic 3-wide, and Twizz is actually blessed with that one block of residue. That was kind of lucky. I feel like you kind of want that residue for a 3-wide. Game Boy and Nintendo control. I feel like if you could do control on the NES, you can do control on any form of Tetris. I'm gonna be honest. NES control is so brutal. And it kind of gives you like the idea of how DAS works. Nice pressure there from Twizz. And alright, that'll be it for the Twizz Ducklett matchup. GG's. Twizz was bringing the A game today, as we see by the grades. But yeah, Ducklett, glad you were able to get a game in tonight. And yeah, we'll see you in a few weeks if you want to play again. We're going to have teams in about 2 weeks from now. So Connected Versus is always one of my favorite showcases to get everyone involved. Yeah, so next week, no showcase, because we have some live events in Classic Tetris Land and Modern Tetris Land with the Puzzle Kingdom event in Toronto. There might be a post about it in our Discord at the Community Tournaments channel if you want to learn more. If you are like interested in learning directly about the LAN in San Jose or Toronto next Friday, you could always just reach out to me directly, and I'll try to lead you to the right direction if you do want to attend a live event. But yes, GG's everyone. A lot of zone battle tonight. We hit 2 hours. I usually try to do an hour and a half, but we got some extra games in. So hope you all had some fun. And yeah, 2 weeks from now, we're going to be doing a special showcase, getting some of the top players in the scene and players you may be familiar with involved, and have some fun with it. Kind of like what we've done in the past with the Tetris 40th community showcases and the Blue Scooty showcase, kind of after he was crushing it in the news with the game crash, stuff like that. So we'll have some 1v1 matches between the best of the best and or just some known players in the community. It'll be a good time. Or streamers in the community. So all right, so thank you all for tuning in. I think, is Classic Tetris still live? Someone mentioned Classic Tetris was live earlier. If so, we can throw a raid that way. They are still live, okay. Genesis preview special. So if you want to learn more about the San Jose Classic Tetris event, you can probably learn it from the stream. So I almost went to this, but I decided not to. I will be going to the Toronto event. So and we'll throw a raid their way. If you're here on Twitch, stick around. Oh, you played Tetris 99. Okay. There is definitely a bit of a difference in control there. Although if you are natively playing on Switch, maybe it's not too bad. But, alright, let's get the raid set up here on Twitch. But thank you all for hanging out, and we will see you, I guess, 2 weeks from now with the special showcase. And of course, head to discord.gg/enhance if you're just looking to hang out with the community, find some friendly matches. And yeah, if you had any good matches tonight, feel free to hit up your opponent and be like, hey, you just want to play on the side. It doesn't need to be on stream. Yeah, I made some great friends just playing friendly matches on Discord, so... all right, we'll see you all. Thanks for hanging out.